Okay, I am so excited because Chase has recently come out with the best welcome offer on the Chae Ink Preferred card that I've ever seen, which is to earn 120,000 points after spending $8,000 in the first 3 months. This is 20,000 more points than what was on the standard offer for the same minimum spend requirement, which makes it a great time to apply for this card just in general, or if you've had your eye on the card for a while. But even though 120,000 points is pretty amazing, there's an opportunity to earn 40,000 more points using a personal referral link if you're in 2-player mode. And in today's video, I'll show you not only how I did this, but also the additional steps I had to take to try to get a grand total of 160,000 ultimate rewards points with this welcome offer. So this 120k offer first became publicly available in branch on or around June 23rd, 2024, where you could go to a Chase location and apply for it through a banker. Of course, some people had already been targeted for this offer even earlier than that, but since it wasn't publicly available, getting this offer depended on your banking relationship. And as of the recording of this video, which is on July 11th, 2024, Chase just released this offer as a public offer where you could go online and apply for it directly from the Chase Bank website, as well as through affiliate links. But if you were to use a personal referral link in 2-player mode, this could get you and your player 2 combined even more value. Specifically, you could earn 40,000 bonus points for each referral, up to 200,000 bonus points per year, which is how you could get those additional 40,000 points. But on July 11th, there were several things to keep in mind concerning this strategy. The first was that even though the 120,000 point offer was now publicly available online, personal referral links still show the standard offer of 100,000 points. And the second was that the 40,000 personal referral point bonus would be ending soon. Per Chase, as of September 3rd, 2024, you'll no longer earn 40,000 bonus points for each business. Instead, you'll earn 20,000 bonus points for each business, up to 10 that gets approved. So Chase is essentially lowering the bonus points per referral on those personal links, and you'll need to refer twice as many people for the same number of bonus points after September 2nd, 2024. So the way I see it is that if you want to get more for your personal referral links for Chae Ink cards, and you haven't reached the annual limit, now would be a great time to do so. And since personal referrals on July 11th only showed the 100k standard offer, this meant that the total amount of Chase UR points between your referral and the welcome offer for your player 2 would be 140,000 points, which is actually higher than the 120k offer itself. But a lot of us, including myself, were hopeful that the 120k offer would also come to personal referral links too. If that happened, a 120k welcome offer plus a 40k referral offer would be 160,000 points, which would be the best value that I've ever seen on a card with only a $95 annual fee. Now, there were some reports on Reddit that referral links generally get updated about a week after the public offer was announced, and we certainly could have waited for this. But there were also reports that there had been success with Chase matching the limited time offer of 120,000 points through a request through Chase Secure Message. And since we had upcoming spend relatively soon, and I wanted to try this process out myself, my wife and I decided to go the secured message route and apply for the card using the 100k offer with a 40k personal referral link, and then use Chase Secure Message to see if we could match to the 120k offer. Now, since I have several Chae Ink cards already, the plan was for me to refer my wife for the Ink Preferred, which would be her first Chase business card. And this would be a great first step for the both of us, because not only could we take advantage of the 40k referral bonus and the welcome offer combined, but also if she was approved, she could then refer me for Chae Ink cards if I wanted to get another one in the future too. Now, the Chae Ink Preferred had always been a card that I've wanted to get, and although this wouldn't be my own card, we would have this card as a part of our combined credit card strategy. And for us, I think the Chae Ink Preferred is a much better long-term card than the Chase Sapphire Preferred. While both cards have a $95 annual fee, allow transfers out to Chase's transfer partners, and a 25% boost using the Chase Travel Portal, the Ink Preferred has that 3x travel category compared to the Sapphire Preferred's 2x travel category. Of course, the 3x dining category is helpful on the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but since this category is also on the Freedom Flex and Freedom Unlimited cards, we still have access to this category with our other Freedom cards. It's also important to mention that the Chae Ink Preferred 3x category has a limit of $150,000 per year and then 1x points thereafter. But having said that, the Chae Sapphire Preferred does have better overall travel protections, but personally, I'd be okay with the higher multiplier offered on the Chae Ink Preferred for that travel spending. So if we were able to get approved for the Chae Ink Preferred, our plan would be to eventually product change her Chae Sapphire Preferred card into a Freedom card. Hopefully the OG Chase Freedom card, so we could have a higher combined spending ceiling on those quarterly 5x categories. The Ink Preferred also has a lot of nice features and benefits for a $95 annual fee card, and so I want to quickly go over it so that we're all on the same page. As I mentioned before, the card has an annual fee of $95 and earns 3x points back on shipping, advertising purchases made with social media sites and search engines, internet, cable, and phone services, and travel. These 3x categories combined are capped at $150,000 in total purchases per year and then 1x points back thereafter. The card also earns 1x points back on all other purchases and a limited time 5x points back on Lyft rides through March of 2025. And when it comes to travel, the card has no foreign transaction fees as well as trip cancellation and trip interruption insurance. It also has other benefits like primary auto collision damage waiver for business car rentals, cell phone protection, purchase protection, and extended warranty protection. Okay, so before we get into this application, let's go over some pre-application data points. Like I mentioned earlier, this is my wife's first business credit card, and so her personal history with Chase is going to play a big factor. She has the Chase trifecta, consisting of the Chae Sapphire Preferred, Chase Freedom Unlimited, and Chase Freedom Flex. And these cards have 10 years of history, 3 years of history, and 18 months of history, respectively. And when it comes to credit limits, her total credit limit across all 3 of these Chase cards is $39,500. She also has a banking relationship with Chase for over 10 years. As Chase reliably pulls Experian for us, her Experian credit score is the one that's important, and that score is 813. She's also in a really good position when it comes to Chase 524, with her status being 424, and she'll drop to Chase 324 in January of 2025, provided she doesn't apply for another personal credit card until then. And when it comes to hard pulls and new accounts, she has 3 hard pulls on Experian, and her recent new accounts are 1 of 6, 2 of 12, and 424. Now again, this is going to be her first business credit card, so of course we also must take into consideration how her business will be structured, and for her, she'll apply as a sole proprietor through her social security number. It's also important to know that as someone with a good personal history with Chase Bank, she had also received a targeted $120K offer before it was public back in June of 2024. When she was logged into her Chase online account, and this is her Chase personal account as she doesn't have any Chase business credit cards, there was this offer here on the side that read, "You're already approved. Earn 120,000 bonus points. See your offer." And when she clicked that button, it took her to this application page here that reported that she was already approved for a Chae Ink Business Preferred card with that 120K offer. It also mentioned that because of her relationship with them, Chase was able to customize options that fit how she banks. Now this is great and all, but this will not be the route that we'll be taking because we want to maximize the number of Ultimate Rewards points that we earn in this particular situation. Like I said earlier, if she could get approved with my personal referral link with a standard 100K offer, we could at minimum get 140,000 Ultimate Rewards points, which is even better than that 120K offer that she was originally offered. And once she was approved, we could then send a Chase Secure message to match her 100K offer to the 120K offer like others have done successfully in the past, which would then increase the total bonus points to 160K, which would be a truly amazing combined welcome offer. Of course, I want to point out that this outcome is not guaranteed, but a lot of others have had success, so I was curious if it would work for our situation too. Okay, so those are her application stats, and so now that we have a game plan for our strategy, let's go ahead and apply for this card. Now, of course, she was the one that applied for the card, but we'll go through this together and I'll explain what happened as she moved through the application process. Okay, so to start, she clicked on my personal referral link that brought her to this page here. You can see that we have the usual suspects, including the Chae Ink Unlimited, Chae Ink Cash, and the card that we're looking for, which is the Chae Ink Preferred. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, we can see that we have the standard welcome offer of earning 100,000 bonus points after spending $8,000 on purchases in the first 3 months after account opening. But again, even though this isn't the 120k welcome offer, if my wife gets approved for this card, I'll also get 40,000 points for a combined total of 140,000 points after we complete that minimum spend requirement. So with that in mind, let's go back up to the card and then click Apply Now. And here we are on the main application page, and we can see that we have the right card, which is the Chae Ink Preferred. And so let's start filling out this application. You can see that the first question is the authorizing officer title, and since my wife is applying as the owner of her business, she'll put owner here. The rest of the application is pretty straightforward, but I do want to stop here where we fill in our annual business revenue and estimated monthly spend. Now, if you know these numbers, that's great, but you may not be in the position where you know exactly what your annual business revenue or your estimated monthly spend is. If that's the case, it's important to use your best judgment to determine what your estimated annual revenue would be, as well as your monthly spend. It's also important to read the pricing and terms as well as the certifications at the bottom as well. Okay, so my wife is going to go back and fill out all of her information, and then we'll come back here when she's finished. And we're back. So now everything is filled out, and so we're now ready to submit this application, and here we go in 3, 2, 1, and submit. All right, so here we are. It says, working on your request. Thanks for your patience. Aw, man. Okay, so it says, thanks for applying. Application status in review. We'll let you know our decision in writing as soon as we can. Our email or letter will include instructions on how to provide additional documentation if needed. Please don't resubmit your application. Okay, so not an automatic approval, but not an automatic denial either. So after my wife submitted her application, she received 2 alerts. The first was several emails from multiple credit reporting monitors alerting her that there had been a change to her credit report. And as expected, Chase hard-pulled her Experian credit report. And the second was an email from Chase Bank thanking her for requesting a new credit card and that they'll be reviewing her Chae Ink Business Preferred credit card application and be in touch soon. Now, as it's important to be an active participant in this process, the next thing she did, clearly, was to call the Chase reconsideration line to see if she could speed up this process. And so about 5 minutes later, she called Chase, and my wife explained to the customer service agent that she had just applied for a Chae Ink Preferred card and asked if there was anything that they needed to help with their review of her application. The customer service agent put her on a brief hold, and then when he came back, he said that her application was still in review and to call back the next day for an update. And so that was that, and I'm not sure if the call had anything to do with it, but about 5 minutes later, which was about 30 minutes after her application, she received this email congratulating her that her Chae Ink Preferred card was approved and that she would receive her card and welcome kit in the mail in about 5 to 7 business days. And with that, I earned 40,000 Ultimate Rewards points for the referral, and now we're on our way to earning the 100,000 Ultimate Rewards points on that welcome offer. But because we applied for this during the 120k limited time welcome offer, there was one last step, which was to send a secure message through our Chase account asking to match this offer to the current 120k offer. So after my wife received her card in the mail, she created her new Chase online business account for her new Chae Ink Preferred card and sent a secure message through this account. And she received a reply about a day later saying that yes, they'll be able to match that 120k offer, but she would have to send an additional secure message after completing the minimum spend requirement to have those additional 20,000 points credited to her account. Now, I want to point out that by the time that this video gets released, it's very likely that referral links have already been updated to the 120k point offer anyways, so this last step may not be necessary. But when it comes to future Chase credit card applications, this is the process that I'd recommend to match that older offer to a newer offer if you're ever in that situation where you applied for an offer that was lower than a newer offer that came out around the time of your application. And so that's how my wife and I were able to earn an amazing welcome offer on the Chae Ink Preferred card with the help of a personal referral link in 2-player mode. Chae Ink cards are well known to have some of the best welcome offers in the industry, and this one, in my opinion, has been the best one yet. But sometimes the Chase 524 rule gets in the way, and this was an issue for myself as well when I applied for a Chae Ink cash card. And to see how I was approved for this card while technically over Chase 524, check out this video next.